Good morning, everyone. Good morning, and welcome to the Women's Coffee Club. We created this club to provide a safe space for women to share and inspire each other and to learn from a different presenter each week. And this morning, we're so fortunate to have Joey and her family presenting. They're presenting from the Philippines. So welcome, Joey and the JMJ family. If you want to unmute yourself, we can't hear you. No, you need to unmute. You're
Okay.
muted.
Hi.
Good
Hi,
morning.
everyone. So
So,
we start or we wait for others?
okay. Joey will be presenting the simple energy technique, and it's part of her family that she always does it with her kids. They're all trained. They're just amazing kids. I haven't seen them for a long time, and I just told them that they have grown so much since the last time I saw them. But welcome everyone. And Joey, it's like 10 p.m. in the Philippines. Is that right, Joey?
Yes,
So.
it is. But that's fine because we always sleep late anyways.
So go ahead and Joey, tell us a little bit about yourself and then go ahead and start with the program.
All right. So I'm Joey and I met Rini where? What's that called
Noble
again?
in Noble
Noble
Goldman.
Goldman.
What is it?
Yes, yes,
5 years
yes.
ago?
I don't know when. Oh my God, it just felt like it was yesterday. And Rini agreed to teach our children or our viewers here the Think and Grow Rich. So she did that with us. Thank you for that. And of course, you know me, I have these kids, our family, were practicing law of attraction. And for tonight, I wanted them to be here with me to present with me. There you go. So we're having more
The
people.
five children are homeschooled. Joey homeschooled five kids. Just if you can't imagine. I have three kids and they're not homeschooled, and that's busy enough. And she have homeschooled the five kids. But they're just an amazing children. So welcome, Joey, and the JMJ family. So go ahead.
All right. So once again, good evening. Like I said, I invited my kids to teach us the energy techniques because this is our family signature. It's time energy. So kids, please introduce yourselves.
You're
All
muted.
right. Hello, everyone. I'm JJ. I'm Jack. I'm Jay.
And I'm Jamie.
And welcome to It's Time Energy. JM is working right now, so she won't be able to join us. JM is actually the second child of the family, the second eldest. And she has an overlapping schedule, but she won't be able to join us. But she gives her greetings and says hello to everyone. So this is more of an educational seminar. So we'll be teaching you and sharing about what we know. Usually, if we do this live, we'll be doing some exercises and dances. But for today, we'll just be sticking with the basics.
All right. So before we proceed, I'd like to tell you that this is how we started. In 2008, my husband and I watched the movie The Secret, and I got fascinated by what I learned, and I delved deeper into it. So over the years, I followed several gurus like Joey Tayaban, Jack Canfield, Bob Proctor, and then I got into the works of Abraham Hicks, Joe Dispenza, Greg Braden, Bruce Lipton. And then in 2018, my husband and I attended the Unleash the Power Within of Tony Robbins in Singapore. It was a 4-day event. And on the first day, we walked on fire. So that really blew our minds. I mean, it was like the culmination of everything that we have learned and practiced over the last 10 years. And since most of the things that he taught we already knew, we were able to just implement everything. They weren't theories anymore. We experienced them. When he said energy does not come from food nor sleep, it wasn't just a theory. We literally had no sleep or just little bit of sleep during the course of 4 days because in the event would start at 8 a.m. and would end by midnight, and we still had to get back to our hotel and be back early the next day. And we couldn't eat much or go out for a snack break because there were no breaks. And Tony would talk nonstop. But guess what? We still felt so energized despite lack of sleep and food. So after the event, we just became more fired up. And that's when I came up with It's Time Energy module. And I incorporated everything that I have learned from every LOA gurus that I followed. And we started teaching them to companies, branches in Sun Life, my company here, the organization, schools. So, but most of all, we practice them in our family. Since we homeschool these 5 kids of ours, we felt that the most important things to teach them are these 2 things. And if I were to write a book about it, the title would be It's All About Me, M-E, Mastering Energy and Managing Emotions. So me. Tony Robbins said that for success to happen, we need to utilize 100% of our energy at all times. But then I thought we could be super energized and we could be invincible, like we could do anything. But if sad events happen, like a family member gets ill, or someone we love dies, or we were betrayed by a friend, or we have a big fight with our loved ones, or any depressing thing, we should be able to handle our negative emotions. We should be able to bounce back. And that's why it's all about ME, mastering energy and managing emotions. And now the kids will teach you some of the tools that we practice in our family. And it starts with knowing what law of attraction is, because this is the foundation of all. We always go back to what it means, and it has always guided us. So, Jake, can you please tell them what law of attraction is?
Okay. Well, I'm here to explain it. Law of attraction is simply like attracts like. What you think about, you bring about. And it all starts with a thought, whether negative or positive. And that thought evokes a certain feeling, whether negative or positive, depending on the thought. And that feeling emits a certain vibration or frequency. And that frequency attracts another like vibration in as little as 17 seconds.
So for our first activity, we'll be introducing the 7-second smile and the 7-second laugh. The 7-second smile is pretty simple. Just imagine like you're biting a spoon, right? So everyone, let's try it. And I invite everyone in this Zoom call to try it along with us. So just smile for 7 seconds.
And make sure you're showing your teeth.
Make sure you're showing your teeth. And if you can't do it, just like imagine that you're biting a spoon. So let's try it for 7 seconds on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So why do we do this? Well, they say that there are certain neurons in our brain that fire up every time we smile. So when we smile, we're tricking our mind into thinking that we're happy. That's one of the reasons why we do this. The second activity that we're going to be doing is the 7-second laugh. So it's the same as the 7-second smile, except this time we're using the muscles in our belly and in our lungs and making ourselves energized. So we'd like to invite everyone to join us. Just laugh your heart out for 7 seconds straight. Don't care anything else in the world. Just do this because it makes you feel good. All right. On the count of 3, laugh your heart out. 1, 2, 3. So as you can see, even if it's a fake laugh, it still works, right? It made us feel happy. It made us feel positive. So those are the techniques that we really wanted to show you and perk yourself up, make you really happy. 7-second smile and the 7-second laugh. So I'd like to ask you all if it's very effective. What do you think, guys?
It's amazing. Yeah. I mean, you can't help
So
yourself,
another
even when
technique
you want
is this powerful word that would open the floodgates of wonderful opportunities for us. And that word is yes. So what is the power in the word of yes? In our events, when we ask people to say yes, we make them raise their fist in the air with conviction like this. Yes, yes, yes. You see, the word yes gives you that sort of power that's really indescribable. Like if you say it in this manner, yes, you'd feel invincible and you feel like you can do anything. Tony Robbins even has us do some anchoring. He tells us to imagine a moment in our life when we felt so confident that we make a move like this. Yes, yes, yes. We feel so empowered and so emotional in that moment that we just feel so energized and feel so unstoppable, like we can do anything.
right?
And-
So next we have the triad. Tony Robbins says that these are three states that we need to change instantly to have a lot of energy. And first is physiology, or our physical state. Let's make sure that we're in a high energy physical state. And the simplest way to do this is by doing a power pose, or just by posing like your favorite superhero. Like we sit up or stand up straight, shoulders back, hands on our hip, chest forward, and we do this for at least 2 minutes. And that's how we change our physical state. It makes us feel empowered. And the next thing in the triad that we have to change is language. We need to speak more positively and in an energetic manner. And lastly is focus. Focus, in its simplest terms, is just gratitude. Instead of looking what's bad in the world, let's just count our blessings.
Next is tapping. So what we do in tapping is we tap on these 9 meridian points whenever we feel off. Would you want to introduce it, Jack?
All right, so this is called emotional freedom technique. And what it does is lessen the negative energy that we feel and heal us of whatever pain, be it physical or emotional. So what are these meridian points? All right, first, so get your hand over here and then tap the side of your hand, or also known as the karate chop. So tap it here. Then you move on to the forehead, tap the forehead. Then under the eyes. Oh yeah, over here.
All right.
So,
All right.
and then under the eyes. Under the nose. Under the nose. Chin. Collarbone. Side of the body. And then the top of the head.
All right. So what are the positive effects of doing this? Of doing these tapping away. What we usually do when tapping is we release all our emotions. So whatever we're feeling in that moment, if it's angry, if it's happy, and usually we do this when we're feeling negative. For example, I'm really angry at my boss, and I just wanna like punch a tree or something, right? Instead of doing that, we tap away at our meridian point. So we drain away the negative energy. So we say, like, I'm really angry today, and I really don't know why, but I'm feeling really angry. But maybe it's because my boss is just feeling off. Maybe they're just having an off day. And maybe it's just me that needs to calm down and think about this rationally. There are other things too that have been affecting me, and maybe that's why I feel mad about myself. And I'm thinking about this way too much. So I just need to calm down, right? See, as you can see, even though I started with a really angry and really high energy emotion, when I'm doing tapping, I release that energy slowly and surely. And from there, I get to my good place and I calm myself down.
But the most important thing that we practice in our family is gratitude. Every morning, our mom requires us to write 5 grateful things. So, for example, I'm grateful for our cats because they cheer us up. I'm grateful for my time because I get to spend them with my family. I'm grateful for our house because it's a shelter for us to live in. And I'm grateful for our food because we don't starve.
All right.
Then we also do the rampage of gratitude, where everybody simultaneously says their gratitude things like this.
So I'm so grateful.
I'm so happy and grateful because I can use social media. That's what it is. Because we can do many productive things in it. I'm grateful for our house because I'm grateful that I'm able to. So like that.
So with this, we're able to combine the energy of everyone. It's not just one person being grateful, it's everyone being grateful. And from there, it's like a small snowball that rolls into an avalanche, and it gets the ball rolling like that. But so if you're in a group, or if you have a family and you have friends that want to do this, just say what you're really grateful for. It could be anything as small as like the slippers that we wear, all the way to the water that we drink. And just be grateful. Count all the blessings that we have in our life. So another technique that we have, and actually we got this from Dr. Joe Vitale, It's called the Ho'oponopono. It's a Hawaiian chant about forgiveness and reconciliation. So Dr. Hewlin was one such doctor that taught this Ho'oponopono. He took care of patients from a psychiatric ward, and he didn't even see those patients face to face. He just looked at their file and chanted, "I'm sorry, please forgive me, I love you, thank you." And one by one, those patients got better and the psych ward shut down. So that's another technique that we use all the time. So those are just four simple phrases. "I'm sorry, please forgive me, I love you, thank you." So
All right. So you see, guys, we do this as a family when we get invited to give the talk, and the module is it's time energy. But of course, since I just ran through the some of the things that we can teach you here, because we only have limited time, but this is actually a workshop. Can you imagine if this is in a group of like a large group of people? You would really feel the energy in the room. And like I said, we learned this from all the gurus that we have followed over the years, and it's really really important that we we be mindful of how we feel. We always go back to the meaning of love attraction, because it's really how we can create our own reality. There are a lot of dramas. I'm not saying that we're always positive, but yeah, because of practice, we have we have been experiencing like a really shift in our mindset. You won't see that we feel so heavy with the problems that we face. Like right now, we you won't even feel, but we have concerns in the family. Like Jesse is not here, my husband isn't here, he's in the province, and he's with his dad because a dad, my father-in-law, is in the hospital. But in our family, every time that we have that kind of problem, what do, guys? Do you know how we do it in our family, so that we just release the negative emotions that we feel? We practice the priming of Tony Robbins. And if JJ can explain how we do it, like we don't we don't actually tell it to anyone. If there's like a bad news in the family, we don't tell it to anyone, because like everyone can't help but feel bad about it, and we don't want that kind of energy. If you believe in energy healing, then you don't want people who naturally just would gravitate to feeling bad about or sorry for your, whatever is happening in your life, right? You don't want that kind of negative energy coming to you, because energy is energy. It's there, it's out there, and you will attract that. All right, so what we do is, when we do the priming, what we imagine is like, are you go ahead.
So what we imagine is a white light coming from the heavens down through our body and cleansing our mind, our body, our spirit. So our cells are rejuvenated, we feel cleansed and renewed, and we feel like a new person. So we imagine the white light comes up and down. It takes away all our diseases, it takes away all our negative emotions and refreshes us. It heals ourselves and gives us new energy and makes us feel really like really a new person.
Yes.
And then we send it
And then,
back.
and then we send it back up.
And we also share it to other people.
Yes, we share that
We
energy
send
to
it
other people
we
to
send it to
heal.
all the people around us,
Mhm.
so that they can also be healed.
All right, so once we do that, so it's repeatedly, that the white light comes down, goes back up, and as it goes down to our body, it heals all our cells. And when we feel healed, we pass that energy, same light, to the people that we love. So imagine them. So if it's my father-in-law, their lolo, their grandfather, we just imagine him here in front of us, and we send him the white light. And everyone, actually all our loved ones, all our families, all our friends, we collectively, we just send them this white light, so that, because it also releases your negative energy, right? And you attract more positive things into your life when you do that. So that's how we heal. And then we don't worry about it anymore. We don't think that, oh my God, what's gonna happen to Lolo? We don't do that. We don't dwell on negativity. Once we pray about it and we believe that whatever we tell God, we pray for, it's going to happen already. It's not, it will happen. It is done. Everything is done once you have prayed about, if you believe it to be true. But of course, there are times when, our prayers don't get answered. That's what they say, right? But it's actually not that. There is still a higher power. We cannot control everything, but if you just let it go and you trust and you have your faith, everything will just fall into place. All right, so that's what we do. And yeah, I think that's just about it. Like I said, it's a practice, and I'm very, very proud that I have come to know about law of attraction, and it really affected me in a positive way. It made me a better Christian, a better Catholic, and I know it's not against God, it's not against his principles or his teachings. It's really more on us taking on the promise of God that he made us in his image and likeness. So if he did that, then we have his genes, and we are also in a way powerful. We can create our own reality. So if you have problems, you don't dwell too much on the what ifs. You just believe that it's nothing. It's like, you pray for it to be gone. It is done. You don't worry about it anymore, because remember, law of attraction, what you think about, whether negative or positive, you feel, right? It evokes a certain feeling in you, and depending on the thought, if it is positive or negative, the feeling would be the same, right? And that feeling would emit a certain frequency, and that frequency is the one that attracts another like frequency. So you want to be happy, you want to have a good life, then always stay positive. And these are the tools, the energy tools that we can do. And it's simple. 7-second smile, 7-second laugh, the triad, you do all these things. And when you do, you get to a certain point, like now I am in that moment, like whenever a problem comes, we actually don't think that it is a problem. It's a blessing, and there is some lesson to learn in this. And then we always do self-introspection. We always ask, if this is happening to us, what were the thoughts prior to this? What were our thoughts prior to this? What did we do? So it's like not blaming anyone anymore. It's going inside us and asking ourselves, wait a moment, what did I think prior to this? Why did I attract this? So it's like taking responsibility for whatever is happening in our life. So that's it. It's 30 minutes of presentation for you, because I would like all of us to share. Perhaps you can share something, an energy technique also that we have not mentioned here. So that's it. Let's have this discussion on energy techniques. And by the way, I would like to welcome Charisse. Charisse, she's one of the senior sales managers where we conducted this It's Time Energy. I invited her. Her kids are, they're feeling a bit unwell, but I wanted her to be here so that she can join us if she wants to. I mean, it's only 10 o'clock in the Philippines anyways. Yeah, that's her. So, and for all of you, I would like really for all of us to just practice this. If you know small children, your nephews, nieces, please teach them this, because it's really important for these kids. As you can see, there is no drama in their life. I tell them, when they feel something bad, because there are times when you can't control, right? Somebody would die and you can't control that. So yes, you can feel bad about it, sad about it, you can cry, you can get all these negative emotions. But if it's out of your control, then you don't try to elongate your suffering. You know that it's not in your power to control it. So just be sad, acknowledge the feeling, and then go about doing all this negative, this energy technique so that you can bounce back. And that's all. Thank
Joey,
you. Guys, thank
that's
you.
amazing. That's amazing, Joey. I mean, really, these are so simple. We just have to be aware and remember to practice all of these little things that you guys share with us. It's just so grateful for all of you. That's amazing. Let's open it up for discussion and sharing to see how you feel about this. Sherry, did you say you're from the Philippines also? Are you do you want to share something about this practice or about Joey and her family?
Actually, I joined in the late, but last year we had Joey and her kids, but it's another part. It was partly they touched on this as well. And it was like a preview of the actual thing that they do, the technique that they do. So listening to the kids again now, I remembered some of it and how I want to do it again and start with something very easy that I will not forget to do. Because in our line of career, there's a lot of drama every day. As much as you try to be very positive on a daily basis, you tend to absorb the energy from the people around you. Yeah, so that's why today Joey invited me. There.
So it's
So thank you.
thank you. Thank you, Sherry. It's so true. We have so much drama in our lives. Even if you're in business, business doesn't always go well. And then you worry about this, you worry about that, you worry about your family, you worry about your kids, and on and on and on. But to have this, to know that when it's out of your control, you just let it go, you trust the Lord, or whatever you believe, whoever you believe, in my case, it's God. It's just so grateful for this, and it's just a good reminder for all of us. Tamara, I see your hands up. Go ahead.
See, sorry, I'm in my PJs. Love this, Joey. I love that you're teaching your kids this, and I love that you keep it going. And I also love that you've shown that I've taken all of these techniques and made sure that they are in alignment with God's word, and they are. And everything that you've talked about today is it's like I've just wrote down everything because like the kids have such a great plan. And my goal is to help women with daycares and things like that so that they can make a better influence on their children. And I'm just like looking at you and looking at your children right now. And I'm like, this is such a wonderful, easy plan to follow to keep everybody in a high vibration. And I was like, wow, that I got chills all over me right now. So because I'm like, I'm going into a business right now with this lady to talk to her to get her business going, and it's to help other daycares as well. So I hope you don't mind, but I'm gonna use your techniques and how you put them in order there with the kids doing that, and just wow, great job, guys, great job.
Actually, Tamara, I've written because I was there in the US for 3 months, right? This year I just came back here in the Philippines, but I started I started writing letters to parishes and the organizations where I volunteered in, because we can do this over Zoom. And I know that it's simple, and yet apparently not a lot of people are aware of all these things. And if they when they hear or see these kids doing them and practicing them, and you could see, I mean, it's not like they just learned it yesterday. They know it. They've done this all their lives, and that's why they're so confident about how to do this. And I know that in later on in life, they would of course feel more negative emotions, like when they lose a friend or something. But I know that they'd be able to bounce back because we have taught them this. And every kid needs to know this, especially those who are feeling so depressed and they don't know what to do. All they have to do is just go back and relearn the truth. And the truth is that we are enough. We are loved by God. We are made in his image and likeness, and that is the truth. If you go back to that truth and God is with you, who can be against you? And I think the world gives them so much lies, and I don't want my kids to my kids are exposed to whatever they're watching or reading, right? But they know the truth because we tell them and we make them feel that and we make them live that. So if you want, we can do a session with you. You just let us know.
Okay, I will. I'll let you know. Thank you so much.
Rini, you're muted. What did you say?
Sorry, I was just expressing my gratitude for Joey and her family, and Tamara for your question. This is such a great session for everyone because this is such a good reminder. We adults don't always remember this. We dwelt on our suffering, on our problems, but this is like, oh my gosh, you guys are this is so wonderful. Binta, you're next.
Yes, I just want to say thank you. I'm just so, every time Joey and your beautiful kids, you do a presentation, it always just touches my heart, always just reach down to my heart. And everything you talked about is so, so incredible. And the word you use is belief, and knowing just what you said. For me, what changed my life from, because I come from a culture where our cultural conditioning had such a deep impact in my life up until recently. I can tell you, like a few years ago, that's when I realized that everything that I've been like conditioned to believe is not true. Most of it is not true. I come from a loving family who love me very much, but as far as the culture, what they imposed upon me and what they made me believe, those are the things that I am emptying every day. And I thank God that this is why I'm so grateful to be in this country, because I thank God for the people that are teaching me every day. And for me, the most powerful thing that helped me is yoga. I practice yoga and meditation and gratitude, and smiling for me comes like second. I smile all the time. So when you say that, that was just second nature to me. And just being kind to people and make sure that when you speak, you know what's coming out of your mouth, because words are so powerful. Words are like bullets, and you have to watch what comes out of your mouth before you speak. So I'm just so grateful. Your kids are they're the future leaders of this world, and you all are just gonna go out there and make the world a better place in your generation and your grandchildren, your children's and grandchildren's generation. So thank you so much. I'm just so grateful. Everything you said here is so amazing, and thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Yes. Thank you, Binta. And yeah, Binta is the epitome of kindness. And she's just always, her smile and everything. She's always blessed me every time she's around. So thank you for that, Binta. Tina, you're next.
Thanks, Rini. It's
Good
nice
to see
be
you, by the
here.
way. It's been a while.
Thank you. It's so nice to see you too. I've missed this so much, and I'm so happy that I came here now when Joey and the kids are making this presentation. It already made my mind very positive about things. So it was nice to come here. I don't have really any new techniques, but I do regularly every morning and every night go through all that I'm grateful for. So counting my blessings, and also I meditate in the morning, positive meditations that bring me a lot of energy for the day. And then I also do the Tony Robbins exercises like jumping and power poses. Those are great. Like before meetings, and every time I need to speak, it's great. You start from the good energy doing that. And also for me, nature is a place where I draw the energy. I love green plants and just looking at birds and everything, all live creatures, and it's that's something I try to do as soon or as many times as possible. Of course, I live in the northern parts of Europe, so we have long winter here, and then it's quite dark. But I enjoy the summer moments all the more. But this was great. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Tina, and so good to see you. Yes, I think that this gratitude is really key in when you're grateful for the little things that you mentioned about just the water, or just to have a shelter, to have a house, to have just the little things that we take for granted. It's such a blessing. Thank you. So Suzanne, you're next.
I was moving around and I didn't want to disturb the conversation. That's why I went off camera. Very rude to move around while people are talking, and I wanted to give your kids, Joey, all the respect they deserved, and I didn't want to make it look like I was moving around. But I honor you for doing what you've been doing. I was just thinking this morning, the more we can teach our children how to go forward in life, and knowing that A's and B's in school are not the be all and end all, and because they create ego. And what you're doing for your kids is not creating ego, you're creating specialties. Each one of them has a specialty, and it's not about who's better than other. I'm in the process of writing my book, my second book on 5 simple rules for the family. And it's just like, you encapsulate everything I'm going to be teaching in that, because it's so important on how parents, and you're doing a great example of this, how parents should teach their children how to grow up in this world, not the competition, not the grades, not the who has the better job. And I think that's why I'm here, is just to write these books to help people understand that what you're doing, Joey, is exactly what we should be doing.
Yes, thank you so much, Suzanne. And I've seen you change so much, Suzanne, with her struggle with, with her mom and her condition, but she doesn't dwell on that. Look at her. So proud of you, Suzanne. Looking forward to your book. That sounds
Thank you.
amazing.
And yes, I smile constantly. I love the smile idea. And everybody
Yes.
tells me that it's an energetic smile, and that's what I love to give as a gift.
Yes, absolutely. Lori, are you able to talk? I don't know. She may not be there. Oh, Lori, yes. Please go ahead. Oh, maybe she can't talk. Julie, are you able to talk?
I'm here now.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I just wanted to say thank you. It was wonderful and amazing seeing a family practicing these tools. And when I started my journey in energy and so on and so forth, it would have been about, well, at the same time as around when we did the life mastery course, so like 2017 or what have you. I didn't really have a lot of tools in my tool belt at that time to equip me with just things that happened in my life. And there's been some tough times over the past 10 years or so. And when you have those tools, it makes such a big difference, because you're able to bounce back much more quickly. And one of the things that resonated with me this morning is, right now I'm actually going through a fairly serious time in my life. And you know, I'm handling it with grace because of the tools that I have. But the one thing that was said this morning that just reached leaps and bounds at me was when you start talking about the things that are happening to you in your life, and you are telling somebody about it, they automatically will feel sorry, and then that negativity keeps the flow going. And you know, that is so true. So that is something that I am going to take away from this session, and really stop talking about it. So I'm really thankful for that.
Thank you, Lori. And I know you're driving, so grateful to have you here. So true, energy travels, right? So if you impart negative energy, it will continue to travel on and passing on that the strength of that energy. So thank you for that, Lori. And Julie, are you able to talk? You're muted, Julie.
Oh, there we go. Now I can see.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Hi. Yeah, thank you for this. I'm so glad to have been part of this meeting and group to continue on. I just love all the techniques that was shared today. I think it's very beneficial for everyone. And when they said, you know, share it with your nieces and nephews, because that's what I have, a lot of nieces and nephews. And just with the world and the COVID and the impact that it's affected all of us, I think these techniques are really great. And I will definitely be sharing them with my friends' kids and all my nieces and nephews, because I think we forget as adults that, oh yeah, I did remember learning this way back when, but sometimes I forget to implement it and use it myself. So thank you for this, and thank you for letting me join in on this group. I'm looking forward to more talks. So thank you.
Thank you, Julie. It's nice meeting you.
Nice to meet you all as well.
Yes, and Joey, kids, you're just amazing. You know, this is not taught in school, and the idea of
I did
yes.
learn it because I've taken, like, I'm very into like the going to like sound baths and yoga. I was gonna be a teacher, but then things happened, so I never bought all the books and everything signed up, but couldn't continue for whatever reason happened. But I've lost like 4 family members and my dad as of recent. So you know, I have to remember to use those techniques sometimes, because sometimes the weather affects me. And
Yes.
we've been having a lot of June gloom here in California and just strange weather. So, and forgive me, like I was moving around because we have hawks in our house, not in our house, but they're like on the top of our roof. There's a nest in our front yard. So I was like, oh my gosh, what are they doing now? I'll have to share a picture next time to show you, because they were sitting on top of our roof yesterday and I hear them up on the roof today. So anyways, but thank you. This is really great.
Thank you. Thank you. Omeka, you're next.
Yeah. Law of attraction. I'm law of attracting myself into perfect health and beauty.
Yeah.
Yes,
absolutely.
releasing my resentment and anger, and my self-esteem is improving by the millisecond. Thank you.
Great.
Absolutely, Omeka. You're such a blessing to me, and I'm sure everyone around you. So thank you for that. Tamara, I saw your hands up. Are you going to say something else? Tamara, are you there? You're muted.
I am. I couldn't get to my mute button. I wasn't gonna say anything, but I wanted to ask though, for the 5 steps of forgiveness, you put I'm sorry, please forgive me, something else, and thank you. What was that? Are the 4 steps? What was the other one from the kids?
It's the Ho'oponopono. Oh no, what was it, Julie? Julie, Joey, the sequence of the.
The 4 phrases.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. Thank you.
I love you and thank you.
Perfect.
Yeah, this
And
is
thank you for saying that together. That was awesome.
isn't that awesome how she unschool and teach this new concept? Yeah, Joe Vitale, he wrote a book about that. So if you know interested in learning more, you could look up his book on Amazon or
Zero.
what
The
is it?
title, Zero Limits.
Zero Limit.
Limits.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a great book. But I learned from Jack Canfield this he turned it into a formula, ERO, event plus response equal outcome. And I use this and I taught this to my kids because it's not your event is going to happen. Like Joey said, some things are out of your control. You can't do anything about it, but it's your response. It's taking 100% responsibility. So event plus response equal outcome. So ERO. So whenever, I'm in a situation, bad situation or problem or whatever, then I would remember the idea of ERO, because whatever my response, that's what I have control about. You only can do what you have control. Otherwise, you just leave it, to the higher power, to God, and so let things manifest the way it should. But there's no sense in worrying about the past or the future. It's what it is now, the present time. So did I give everyone a turn to speak? Anybody didn't have a turn to speak? So what time is it? It's we still have a few more minutes. So anybody else want to say anything? Otherwise, I'll turn it back to Joey if you or your kids want to say anything else. But I just want to say this has been such a great session. We are all so grateful for all of you. This has been such a blessing. So Joey, if you want to take it back, please.
Okay. Charisse, would you like to say something? Are you good?
Good. I'd just like to thank you for inviting me tonight, and also thank you for meeting all of you wonderful ladies. We're like across the globe in different locations, but we managed to meet up tonight and share things that can positively change how we feel and how we relate to others as well.
Definitely.
Absolutely. Are you in the Philippines also?
Yes.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Yeah. This whole global community is amazing. Tina, where are you now?
Helsinki, Finland.
She's in Finland. So this is
Northern
truly
Europe.
a global community. Even the time zone, for Joey and the kids, it's like, is it 11 o'clock for you at night? And here we're almost 8 o'clock. How about the children, all of you kids? Do you want to say something? It's so good to see you again. I know the JMJ family. Do you want to say something? We're so grateful for all of you. You're just wonderful.
Yeah,
Go
so
ahead.
just wanna add the ho'oponopono sometimes. When you're out of words and you're feeling so bad, I just say, I actually combine everything. Like I do the tapping while I say, I'm sorry, please forgive me, I love you, thank you. So it's like it's really a practice because the objective is really to get out of the negativity right away. You really just have to let it out, because otherwise it's going to affect me. So even if, let's say, and I'm not saying that you don't dwell on negativity, you acknowledge the feeling, and there are times when it takes a while for it to get the removed. It really takes a while, like especially if you get betrayed by friends, and all you need to do is just lift it up. And sometimes what I ask my kids to do is, we pray the rosary or we hear mass. So you get all these things that your life, all these tools, you combine everything, and the objective is again to get back into feeling happy or joyful, and just lift everything to God. because it's not every day that you're able to control your emotions and feelings. So you really have to just, again, go back to the objective that LOA, it will attract. And you just have to put a limit on feeling a certain negative emotion. Like if I'm feeling angry right now, I'd count probably 10 minutes. That's it. That's a limit. And then I'd get back to whatever. And again, these tools are very helpful. And that's it. I want all of you to just remember these are all free. You don't have to consult anyone about it. And yes, it's true. If there are like bad situations in our life, you can share them with people whom you know that won't easily feel sorry for you or will understand how you practice LOA. Because even if they're your relatives and loved ones, immediately they feel bad for you and they feel sorry, and that kind of emotion you don't want to attract more of. So if you can keep it to yourself, then keep it to yourself until everything is good, and that's it. And I think the kids would like to.
JJ, do you want to unmute? And we want to hear from each one of you. So grateful for all of you.
Actually, each and every one of us want to say thank you for having us tonight. We just want to say we want to express our gratitude for allowing us to teach you about what our family does for our law of attraction, what we do, and making ourselves really happy and making ourselves really energized in every single moment, in every single possible way. And I'd like to ask if it's possible if we can have a group photo, because this is we like to commemorate each of our It's Time Energy sessions with the high energy people in the group, and just ask for everyone for a nice 7-second smile. And that's what we do, and we like to take a look at those photos from time to time and remind ourselves that by doing this, by doing our It's Time Energy, we're making the world a better place for all of us. So if it's all right, if we can just have this photo. 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Thank you so much, everyone. And thank you so much for
Thank you
having
so
us.
much, Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
JJ,
so much.
what is your name next to JJ? Again? JJ and Jamie, and then the other two, I can't remember, but so grateful for all of you. Thank you again, everyone. Next week, it'll be, yes, Jody Wasial will be presenting next week. I can't remember the topic, but I will announce it. So hopefully we'll see all of you back here again. So thank you, everyone.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Have
you.
a good week.
Thank you so
And a
much.
great
Yeah, good to
weekend.
see
Thank
you.
Bye-bye.
you. Bye.
Thank you. Have
Take
a nice
care. Have a
weekend.
great one. Thanks a
Bye-bye.
lot, family.